Why does that matter? You see what I'm saying? Because it's like the Wizard of Oz. He's just a dude. I am the great and powerful Oz. That's what the president is. It's just like a bell and whistle machine that is just blowing smoke and whatnot. But really, America is going to continue to operate as it has been operating just because that's how it rolls. And all these people, once a year or whatever, once every 4 years in this case, come out like everybody care about something like voting, get everybody excited, go campus to campus. They got buses that they rented to crisscross the nation. Ain't nobody never had a bus that says no more black men in prison. Leave that crack alone. 05. You see what I'm saying? They don't do that. They ain't gonna come here and talk to you about nothing real. And if you meet these people out, they ain't gonna talk about nothing real then either. Because these cats have made now, they make $1 off of basically pain and misery. Because I can just go around everywhere and talk about pain and misery. You know what I mean? That's my new job. Or I did something fly in 1980, and now for the next 25 years, I'm gonna just talk about that fly thing I did in 1980. It's my new job. You see what I'm saying? And it becomes a thing where, how could I really say? Revolution means change, right? Change is motion. Change is activity. Change is, there's life in that. Change is, it's a verb, goddamn. You know what I mean? It moves. So a lot of these cats, what they deal with is they deal with stagnation. They deal with the same old, same old. Jesse Jackson can't talk to us. Al Sharpton can't be the president. You know what I mean? Russell Simmons don't care about you. You know what I mean? Puff Daddy. You know what I mean? It is what it is, in other words. And it's too real for cats to now come try to throw a little spin on it like it ain't really real like that. Right? Y'all cats is up here at the institution trying to get some knowledge so you can go forward into a life, but you have no promise that you can even make it into that life. Particularly some of the brothers, right? Y'all could be in a car one night on a highway going to check out your family, your friends, or whatever, and catch a bad one. Or it don't even have to be that drastic. Let's say you go here, it's inconsequential, everything happens real good, you valedictorian, you get all A's and B's, whatever the heck, you graduate from here in your chosen field, and you can't get a job. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. Your girl been helping you faxing, emailing, Microsoft, PowerPrinting, and it just ain't happening. I know cats. BC's a good school, right? Harvard's a little better. Depends on what you're looking for. At least, well, only thing we're all looking for is what them other people say, because we all know it's really the same thing. So, Harvard is just viewed as a little better, correct? But there's cats out of Harvard can't get no jobs. Y'all know that, right? Cats out of MIT can't get no jobs. Right? So, it's like, we're here for something, and while we're here, we haven't even really fully put the grasp on what it is that is still preventing us, from really moving forward. What is school for? Y'all are here to get some knowledge to then do what? Black people was doing stuff when cats couldn't even get into school. How many of y'all know about black fraternities and sororities? 1904, y'all know how that came about, right? Came about, black people wanted their own fraternity because white folks would not, under any circumstances, let you join ours. Forget about it. And the brothers who first started it up, 1904, Philadelphia and whatnot, they were the janitors for the white fraternity house. How many of y'all know about these educational systems and educational institutions that have been built up that we go to? Do y'all know some of the science that has come out of here? How many of y'all have heard of eugenics? You know what eugenics is? Yeah? Well, eugenics was the science, basically, that the Nazis used to, the Superman theory, the Uber gene, and all this type of stuff, so that they were the dominant race. Eugenics is a process by which they were doing all sorts of freak experiments. I don't know if you heard about this, but having Jewish women breeding them with cows so that they could have a slave that they could get milk from. Weird stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Nazis were like breeding women with monkeys so they can have like super agile soldiers. Have y'all heard this or am I lying? These are crazy like Frankenstein type of thoughts. This is eugenics. Where did eugenics come from? Did it come from the wicked mind of Hitler, Adolf Hitler, the devil? Did it come from his wicked mind? Nope, it came from Yale University, right in Connecticut. Matter of fact, came from one of the classmates of your president, George W. Bush's grandfather, Prescott Bush, his classmate. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all knew that Prescott Bush funded the Nazi regime when he used to work? His first job out of college was for his boy's father, who he went to school with, Avril Harriman, who was a big financier and banker. And back in the days when the Nazi regime or whatever was just coming into power, before they had really took over and invaded Poland, they were just trying to get some money, because you know you need some money to get your thing on. They was trying to get some money. Nobody would touch it. Nobody would touch it except for good old Avril Harriman, who was a Jew, which I find a little weird. And also, too, Prescott Bush, who negotiated the deal. They were the only people. So much so that later on, when World War II broke out, go into the history books, they pulled Prescott Bush in as, what you call it, they was going to charge him with like being a treason or whatever, because you're doing business with our enemy state or whatever, you know what I mean, right? Prescott Bush. This is George Bush now. This is Yale University, Connecticut, 2 hours from here, right? Skull and Bones, y'all heard about that, or maybe you've seen the movie. These are things that are like, on the one hand, ooh, spooky, ooh. But then on the other hand, right here on your campus. Right here on your campus. Y'all might be sitting in biology class with the future George Bush of America. Slap him. Slap him now. I'm basically going, I've been all around the world with that one. And I just kind of, I'm going to leave y'all a lot of information, because stuff like 10-point program, for instance. We want freedom. We want to practice self-determination and determine the destiny of our community and the black nation. Sounds common sense, right? Questions? We want full employment for our people, and we demand the dignity to do for ourselves what we have begged the white man to do for us. Affirmative action programs, whoopty-whoopty-whoop. If everybody took on their own responsibility, if college students who were students of economics, students of political science, business students left these universities, like we say, we're here to get this knowledge to do something with. What are we going to do? Take it, go back to our community, and now if you did a business, if you took business, now you can help a black business. You see what I'm saying? I'm a brother right now. I got more businesses, ain't got a business plan for none of them. You heard what I'm saying? I don't know how to do a business plan. I just know how to make money. You see what I'm saying? So there's a great amount of people out there like myself who don't have business plans, don't whatever. You an accountant, there's somebody out there for that. You know what I mean? There's all these avenues, but somehow we don't give back. Malcolm X talked about this. Like, this is our greatest problem. This is a mind factory. And the one thing that y'all will get here, besides abuse, the one thing that y'all will get here is some sort of knowledge, some sort of proficiency and professional expertise in some area. And when you break out of here, your responsibility and your duty, it behooves you to use now what you know to better off your fam. Just like on a local level, we do with our homeboys, our girls, or whatever, our family. We got to just expand that. The knowledge that y'all get here, beautiful. I need it. I need it. Y'all come on. Brother up here doing things like this, I don't know if y'all would have guessed or whatever. I mean, I done wrote my own book. Your boy done made it happen. But I got kicked out of every school I was in. The highest grade I completed was 10th grade in high school. And then got my GED, got all A's on that. They swore I cheated. Got all A's on the GED and then went to college. Did a semester at Roxbury Community College and a semester at Salem State College. Is that an impressive collegiate history? Nah. You see what I'm saying? If I had more, I would be able to give more. All of y'all are in a position that a lot of people would love to be in. And now the question is, what are you going to do with what you know? You might just take it for yourself. Get you your little husband, get you your little wife, get you your little Beamer, your little Acura, your little whatever it is, your little house in Randolph, Brockton, New Bedford, wherever your house is going to be. Little dog named Fluffy, you know what I mean? Little DVD player, and call it a wrap. And just zone out. Next thing you know, boop, I'm 55. Right? Because a lot of people do that and just zone out and don't care about nothing else around them. The new Black Panther Party is basically trying to recapture our power, harness our power, and make it work for all of us instead of some of us. Individually, I know I can do good. I can do good individually. Especially, y'all don't see me now, your boy had dreads down here, and on the poetry tip, I could have just straight sold out my dreads and just my shirt unbuttoned and just, oh, Black women, you all. Because that's what people want, and I recognize that that's what people want. And if I had went that route, I could probably be at least as paid as Saul Williams is now. But your boy, I couldn't do it. I can't go that route because I figured, forget about me for a second, and let's think about us for a minute. You know what I mean? Because it's real easy. All of y'all are going to do well, but all of us might go to hell. So it's like, what is it? And that's the responsibility of all the people who laid down their lives for you to come here, and for the people who created these institutions that never intended for your ass to be here. Well, maybe sweeping up. Definitely not getting no education. And if we think because we from up north or something is different, BC, you gotta recognize what this is. What is this? Is this a religious school? What religion is that? Huh? Got quiet. Catholicism? Do y'all know the history of Catholicism? Y'all heard about that? You know, praise Jesus or we'll cut your head off. You know, those Catholics, right? You niggas don't have any kind of science. You know, we're going to enlighten you. We have to bring you the Savior. We're here to save you. You heretics, you inbreds. You know what I mean? Is this, I mean, seriously. Right? You're savage. You don't know anything. Right? This is Catholicism. And that's the ancient history. Let's not even get into the recent history. Hold on. Fellas. See, the sisters collaborative. Fellas. Holla black now. Y'all see what happened to your boy today, right? And is this something that, I mean, seriously, is the archdiocese now looked at as something that is decrepit and corrupted? No, they're still revered. What's this boy's name? Cardinal Law? Is he looked at like as a scumbag in the community? Anywhere he goes, people throw tomatoes at him, or do people still call him father? You see what I'm saying? Didn't BC just sell off a big piece of property over here or something? You see what I'm saying? And why do they have to sell that off? Because the archdiocese is bankrupt because of some pedophilia payments. Now they got to deal with this whole lawsuit thing. So it's like we sitting on top of corruption. We don't even question it. Let your little student organization have some little funky business with $20. See what happened to you. See if you $20 underneath your little financial aid statement. See what happened to you. Right? But it's the same crimes or even greater crimes are swept over. I'm going to end on this. I keep thinking in my mind, I got to wrap this up, but every time I look at y'all, something else jumps to me. Right, to you in a second. I'm going to leave y'all on this one. Have y'all ever seen this term? Maafa. Y'all know that? That is our term for the Black Holocaust. How many of y'all heard of the Black Holocaust? How many of y'all heard of the plain old Holocaust? The Holocaust you would commonly talked about, I shouldn't call it the plain old, I didn't mean to say it like that. When I say the plain old Holocaust, I meant minus the adjective of the Black Holocaust. The regular Holocaust that y'all hear in the history books and right? So what do y'all know about the Holocaust that happened over there with that nut Hitler? What y'all know about that? 6 million Jews, right? 6 million Jews dead, right? Killed them in horrible, horrific, barbaric, cavemanish sorts of ways, right? And how long did that go on for? Like from 1945 to what the hell? We're gonna call it 1953. I'm gonna just say. So we're gonna give it 8 years. All right? We're just gonna give it 8 years. Let's give it 10. We're gonna give it 10 years. Okay? So let's say over a 10-year period, 6 million Jews died. Do people ever tell some Jews to get over it? Y'all ever heard that? You need to get over it. I mean, you need to get over it. Can't believe you people. You need to get over it. So what? It's 2005 now, get over it. You never heard that type of talk to no Jewish person about the Holocaust, right? Ever. I mean, maybe if it's like a neo-Nazi or somebody crazy, but general public of good common sense people, if it's in a classroom environment, let's say, and y'all are talking about the Holocaust, one student is not going to stand up and say to little, the Jewish girl in class or the Jewish boy in class and be like, I don't see what you people are still, why don't you get over it? Y'all think you're right? It's funny to even think about that, right? But how many of y'all have heard that same stuff with black people? Right? All the time. You can have a whole talk show theme about that. Now, in the Ma'afa, the Black Holocaust, right? How many of y'all, what's around the time the first slave's supposed to arrive in America? In Jamestown, Virginia. 1536? 1526? We're going to just call it 1520. We're going to say 1520, all right? We're going to say 1520. All right, now remember over here now, Columbus discovered America, what y'all, 1492, right? Okay, 1492. 1520, right? And then when slavery ended? Yeah, 1865. We're gonna call it 1865. Now, when did lynching go on till? We're gonna say about 1955. We're gonna say about 1955. Right. We're gonna just say about till around 1955, when lynching and stuff was prevalent. All right. But in other words, you can make a case here, right? That you got a mad history of like some serious turmoil and torment going on here, correct? Right? So at least, 10 years, which is nothing to sneeze at. I'm not doing this to make little of this. I'm just doing this to put it in perspective to show you that if this is awful, which it is, if this is a crime against humanity, which it is, then what the hell is this? All right? So that now you have this period of time, and now, how many of y'all heard the numbers? Y'all know about the triangular slave trade, right? Okay. Transatlantic slave trade. They say numbers range, because one scholar got a book that says, we was only property then, so what if a couple little napkins are missing, right? So what if some napkins are missing? Who's gonna count? No, I'm serious. Who's gonna count the napkins, right? So we don't really, accurate numbers are a hard thing to get, we just have conjecture. So I've heard numbers as low as 3 million, have y'all heard those? I've heard numbers like 10 million, and I've heard numbers like 100 million. Now the number that I arrive at is around 10, because the sources that I get it from, stuff like this and this, are more trusted than, let's say, the internet email that, you know what I mean, came around or whatever. So I'm gonna go with the conservative estimate of 10 million people who died, what, since from here to here? No,